All right, hey guys, hope you guys are doing good today. Today I'm going to be going over a SQL interview question that's asked by FAANG, and Data Lemur doesn't tell me which of the FAANG companies it is, but what really matters is it's one of those big tech companies. And so the question is called second highest salary, and it's a medium level question. So let's jump right in. So it says, imagine you're an HR analyst at a tech company tasked with analyzing employee salaries. Your manager is keen on understanding the pay distribution and asking you to determine the second highest salary among all the employees. And so it also says that it's possible that multiple employees might share the same second highest salary. And so if that happens, we want to display it. We want to display the salary once. And it also gives us the schema here. So we have five columns, and it gives us the example input. So over here, I can see that the second employee has the second highest salary because you just have to look at the values in this column over here. So what that means is we're going to be returning that second highest salary in the output. And I guess that they don't want us to return anything else. So I only have to worry about that salary column, which is good because it makes things a lot easier for us. So I'm going to be writing down the plan of how I'm going to approach the problem before I actually start coding. So I'm going to use, for this problem, I'm going to use a CTE, and I'm going to make the CTE have like some sort of ranking system. So I'm going to use a CTE, and I'm also going to use the row number function to create a ranking system. And so this row number is called a window function. And what a window function lets you do is it's basically like the group by statement, but it lets you perform the calculations over specified rows while also keeping the row details. So that's just like a very, very broad definition. I know I could go more in depth than that, but I'm just going to focus on solving this problem in this video. So the next step is or technically there's only two steps. It's just creating the CTE, using the row number, and then outside the CTE, we're going to return the second highest salary. And that's pretty much all we need to do, because once we have this ranking system, once we create that CTE, the problem is pretty easy. So let me jump straight into the code now. So I'm going to say, or not select, I'm going to say with, and then I'm going to say salary ranks as, and what I'm doing right now is I'm just creating, this is the syntax for creating the CTE. So I'm going to say select salary, and I don't think we need to worry about any of the other columns in this problem. So I'm just going to say select salary, and then I'm going to say row number, and then over. And so inside this over clause, we're going to put in the value that we want the window function to look at. So the column in this case that we want the function to look at is salary. And so we want to make sure that we're getting the highest salary on the top, and then we're going to go down from there. So it's going to be descending order. And then over here, before I say salary, I have to say order by. And this is going to, what this essentially does is it's going to order all of the salaries from top to bottom, or from highest to lowest. And it's still going to keep like the row details of all the salaries. So yeah, let me just double check the description real quick. It also says that in case of a duplicate, we only want to display salary once. And so that's why row number is a good choice in this problem, because if we do have a duplicate value or duplicate salary, it's not going to take in account, or it's not going to take ties into account. So if we have, like, let's say 2 of the second highest salaries that are duplicates, when we use this function, it's going to treat them as, it's going to assign them with a different rank. And so this is useful in this problem because we only want to return the second highest salary once. And there's a lot of other functions out there that handle duplicate values differently. I want to talk more about them in another video. For this video, we're just sticking with the row number function. And then I'm going to say that this is, give an alias name and say it's row num. And then I'm going to say we of course need to specify where we're getting this table from, which is the employee table. And so yeah, now it's pretty much just doing a simple select where statement. So what that's going to look like is, or actually before I actually solve the problem, I'm going to show you what the CTE looks like. So right now it's going to have all the salaries and all the row numbers associated with the salary. And so now all I have to do is literally just say select the salary, and then we just want this second value where the row number is equal to 2, because we assigned it ranks using this row number function. So I'm going to say where row num is equal to 2. If we run that, then we get our answer. If we submit that, then we got it right. And so I know that we can solve this in another way. We can use a max function and then create a subquery using like two separate max functions. But I just wanted to show you how to use this row number function, because I think that's really useful. And I think that on top of this window function, using it with a CTE is really helpful, because I don't know about you, but it makes for me, it makes the code look a lot cleaner and it's very readable. So yeah, that's all I got for this video. Hope you found it helpful, and I hope to see you in one of the videos that's gonna pop up on the screen. So yeah, have a good day.